I don't think any of these women with that amount of kids should be worried about looking for somebody right now. I always say I believe these women should let it happen organically.
Okay.
They should let it happen organically. If a man comes into their life organically, just let it be. But you should absolutely not be looking for a man when you have 6 kids that you should be worried about. You should be worried about them damn kids. To have.
Yeah, I'm gonna start it with that. Good day. Peace and blessings. We live in a different time. We live in a time that says, hey, I've done this, I do that, so therefore I can slack. I can fuck off. I cannot put my best foot forward toward the things that we may consider priorities. Ladies, men, do we not prioritize our children? But what has been the nature of the society since I've been born in the 1900s? Um, do we know in the majority case, do we take it in the majority case when we think about tending to children, raising children, um, just nurturing children? Let's just say on a regular day that a child is old enough to go to school. Who's the one you we would put as the higher regard numbers? Do you think men or women are the ones tending to the children? If there's an infant who does not know how to, they shitting on themselves, they can't feed themselves, they can do nothing for themselves. Who do you think of tending to that child over the other, man or a woman? It's just me asking. And for you women who gonna say, I know a guy, I know a guy, I know a guy, that still ain't 8,000 guys, okay? You know 4 niggas in 20 years that have been there with a child more than a woman. And how could that be? Where the fucking mama at? Did she die? Cause why is he there with a baby, an infant, all the time? He ain't got no breast milk. Oh, she pumping. The baby needs the touch of the mother. The baby needs this. The baby needs the heartbeat. They need that skin connection. They need the voice. It's not just, oh, once the baby is born, baby had that how many months it was in them to hear the voice and da da da. No, it needs to be reinforced. The mother, I know mothers that didn't want nobody else really holding their children for a while, let alone keeping their children for hours or days at a time without them. Most women can't disconnect that way. Most. Not, we know bitches that throw babies in the trash. We know bitches that do all type of shit with their children. So let's not sit here and say all you motherfuckers are stellar. But we're talking about nature wise. We've come to a point that women, because there is no fathers, there's no uncles, there's no granddaddies, great granddaddies, the older brothers can't tell you shit what to do. Since the 70s, when you sold us out for Section 8 and food stamps and all this, because the conditions of the country in which we live in is fucked up, and you realize, why should I depend on the man when I can depend on the real man, the big dog, the one who say what the price of this gonna be, the one who say, can I go over here and can I do that, the one who set the prices on shit. They wanted that man to be involved so you could negate us. And from that time, you've empowered our women to say, we don't need you. In that, you've given them, hey Siri, what's another way of saying permission?
Synonyms for permission include authorization, consent, and approval.
We've almost given approval to our ladies to say, look, you can go pick any man you want for the dumbest reasons. You know the number one reason I've heard all my life about what women ask a man? How tall are you? What does that have to do with him being a serial killer, a rapist, a murderer, or anything, a beater, a psychopath, a narcissist, a sociopath, anything that could be against what the fuck you got going on. He's tall enough to be liked by more women than the average man. Are you ready to compete? All these men are cheating. What the fuck are you talking about? There's way more women than it is men out here. It's just it's a numbers game, ladies. Y'all fucking the same niggas. All y'all want the same niggas. You having babies by these niggas. And this is the boy MABW joint. And he was just speaking about a woman who got this many children, 6 kids by 4 different men. This is normal behaviors now on a dating show. And he was saying, why don't you tend to them kids? Because to a man, that's the only thing that should be important at this point. You on a show trying to get another nigga, but I want no more kids. I'm sure the fuck you don't. Where's the father of them kids? She say, you can't be fucking with me and don't take care of your kids. When Kendra asked, can he have kids? Yeah, he just got to be in their life. Are your children's father, all 4 of them in your 6 children's lives?
To hell with the dudes out here right now. And that's just my honest opinion on it.
Years older than you?
Yeah,
Why? Why you want to go 30 years older?
because I think they're more mature. I mean, certain people, you know, you gotta just conversate with them a little bit. And I was like this guy that worked at my job. We be having the conversations and stuff, but it's not no somebody that I would talk to. So that's out the question. He's just a good friend.
Okay. So when was your last relationship?
But 2 years ago.
2 years ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Do toys count?
Do what?
Stop laughing. I said, do toys count?
Okay, sometimes people do give me the toy last time. I'm talking about a human being.
A month ago.
Okay, is that guy an option?
He was, but not no more, because,
No?
no.
She a bop.
Oops.
She a bop. It is what it is. I always tell the fellas, just because they have been celibate, no, not celibate, just because they haven't had a relationship in 2 years, it doesn't mean they weren't getting their cat twisted back for a year or 2. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. She knows she probably had some good loving about 3 or 4 days ago. But she don't want to make herself seem like a bop when we already know that she's a bop. We know what it is. We know what it's in for already. You can't fool us. You might can fool Kendra, which I don't think you can fool her either, but we know what it's hitting for already.
Nope.
Cut him off. Nope.
Why you cut him off?
Because he just a whore.
Okay. He just
And I'm
What are you? What are you?
Oops.
He's a whore, but you
fucking-
had 6 children by 4 different men. What are you?
You're a lady, right?
Because it looks like to me.
That's
it
what
looks like-
ladies
it looks like
do.
you don't believe in condoms to me.
Oops.
That's what it looks like to your boy MABW. To just let men consistently slide up in you and they're not committed to you and you were married to none of them, you seem like you just comfortable with letting men run up in you any old way. Like you don't believe in diseases either. You had no room for demands once again.
not with that dipping and dabbing. If you with me, you with me. If I'm with you, I'm with you. You're not about to be screwing me and screwing everybody else. You're not doing that.
Not doing that. Okay. So Remy, 3 flaws you have to work on.
There's no need to asking that bitch no shit like
You
that.
wanna help me?
Her hair,
Oops.
maybe get some braces, and maybe focus on her kids and clean up that kitchen. That's 4. She ain't gonna tell you what she needs to work on because most women like her are delusional and they believe they don't have anything they need to work on. She probably thinks she's perfect in every single way when she has 6 children by 4 different men. You know women don't like holding themselves accountable, Kendra, so why are you even asking her that? Really?
You know, I honestly cussing a lot. I cuss a lot. Working on that. Saving more because I like to spend, and being careful who I give my heart to.
Now, Remy, are you familiar with my show?
Yeah, I watch that show a lot.
Okay, so the cousins is gonna talk about this. I'm gonna give you a chance to respond. What would you say to the people that's gonna say something about you being 29 with 6 kids?
I love my babies and I pop them out and I take care of them, and that's on period.
As simple as that. Do you want a guy to be a stepfather to your children?
And that part, I'm not looking for no stepdaddy to my kids. I mean, if a man do come in the picture and he wants.
Before MABW talk, I did not know them stats. 29 with 6 children, 4 fathers to said children. What that boy AQ would say. And the light-skinned dude, I can't think his name right now, with the good hand shit, the eyes. That's too much explaining a nigga. But anywho, excuse moi. That's nasty work, B.
To take that road, I'm not gonna stop a person, but I'm not looking. My kids, listen. My kids ain't about to be calling on me and daddy. My kids is respectable or whatever like that, but I'm not looking for no damn stepdaddy. I'm looking for a daddy for me.
She's not looking for a stepdaddy. She's looking for a daddy for her.
Yeah, I respect it. I respect the honesty. I will say that because ain't no man coming in.
That's all we can respect a lot of times. The honesty, but when we get past the honesty, it's quite sad that you honestly are 29 and you have no guidance. You must not have any elders around you. You must not have no men in your life that really give a fuck about you, because you on this bitch talking about you got 6 fucking children. If you're 29, when the fuck did you start having kids? Because I didn't see the beginning of how old these children are. Please tell me not one of these children ain't already 15 or some shit like that, or 17. Please tell me that ain't the case. Please tell me, all your children supposedly came after when you was in your 20s. You got your first one at 20, and then okay. But if you telling me you was a teenage mom, which would make more sense, and you being 20 and starting there, because if there was no twins in this mix, that means 6 individual times you've been pregnant. And if you've been pregnant 6 times, you've probably been pregnant more times than 6. Let's just be honest, these are the stats. You're not looking for a man to be a stepdaddy. They not finna call no man daddy. Okay. Do they call their own daddy? I'm confused here. You looking for a nigga for you, a daddy for you. You've already had a daddy for you. You've had a lot of those. It's time to give that idea of what the fuck you want. Ladies, once you have a child, it's about raising those children. When those children get of age and they can take care of themselves, they're ready for the world, they've been prepared, not just parented, not just the bills paid for, not you just cook meals and provided somewhere for them to stay. No, you guided them, you showed them shit. You taught them shit that had something to do with their survival out here on the turf. When you do that, your job is never done, but now you can now focus a bit more on you. To sit here and say, as a woman, even having 1 child, but let alone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children, this is her, 4 men, 6 children, coming on a live show in front of, potentially millions of people to see you. and millions of people seeing people react to it, that when asked, are you looking for a stepdad? Your answer at 29 is no, Kendra. If I ain't gonna stop nobody, you ain't gonna stop or make or nothing. You're not gonna nothing. You looking for a daddy for you. She asked you when the last time you was fucking. I didn't hear the last time, but she was fucking a nigga. She ain't been in a relationship supposedly in 2 years, but they stay fucking somebody. And now she say she looking for a daddy for her with 6 children to take care of. That I'm sure all of them are minors. How many chances do you need, ladies? How many goals do you get before you realize, oh, maybe I've ran out of turns? Maybe my chance of securing and procuring something for myself is exacerbated at this point. It's over with. Hey Siri, what's another way of saying there are no other options?
Some synonyms for no alternative include Hobson's choice, no way out, only option, lack of choice, no choice, only choice, without choice, and zero option. This answer is from wordhippo.com. For more, say open this on iPhone.
Right.
And making those kids his kids. I can tell you that right now. Maybe 1, possibly 2, if he was gonna come. 6 kids by 4 different men. What man wants that headache? What man out there would want that type of headache? Thank God she answered correctly.
Hey man, I'm just being honest. I'm the male who does not have full custody, but I do not see it being an optimal thing unless this woman has known me since before I had these children, and she's been in their life in some capacity, been my friend and been there for me almost like a family member, almost just as close as me. We never had no dealings and willings and dealings and nothing like that. I don't see a woman who just met me willing to be in my face and I have the amount of children that I have. For one, I'll use the word that women use. It's not fair. To me, it wouldn't be fair to bring a woman into my life when I've already had all these children by someone else, and they know they mama, they love they mama, and they ain't gonna never love this bitch like they mama. Why I'm gonna do that to the woman? She fuck around and get attached to my children. Just say one of my children get attached to her. It's no way of knowing if that woman gonna stay in my children's life, even if she don't want to be with me. So why put that on her? They mama in their life, that's all they fucking have known. What the fuck I look like trying to introduce them to some other lady in that same capacity? Cause I want some pussy. Cause I want to be happy. I want to be this. I want to be, but you're not. You've already made your bed. These children are the most important and the focal part. Focusing on another man that's not even the man that you had the children with speaks poor judgment. I didn't say be back with the man. I didn't say keep having sex with the man. But if you, these are facts. Ladies, if you and the man that you let come in you fuck you raw on several occasions or one occasion, so you say, don't even get along, haven't went to no type of counseling, don't speak to each other, he ain't around like that, y'all argue and fight and fuss, that is not anything worthwhile. That is horrible. But you got energy for the next man that has nothing to do with your children, but you have no energy for the man you chose to create the children with because you don't like him now. And this new nigga ain't never done nothing wrong, and he talking good and he telling you nice things and he complimentary and he calling and he's consistent and he's willing to help you out and he be taking you places and he look aesthetically like this and blah blah blah. And some of you you run two roads. You separate the man from the children, so you go away from your children to go fuck a man. So that man only gets an experience with you that's not what you are, which is a mother. You are a mother. You are a mother. I felt the same way about my mother. You're a mother first. So when I see a woman, no matter how bad she is, I see a child, oh, it automatically change. I don't care how bad she is. It's like, okay, that's that little man mama. I give her reverence a little bit more than just being a woman. I just give her a little bit more reverence off the top. Okay, that's somebody mama. Then when I see a man holding hands with a woman and I see her with a child, oh, that's a mother and his woman, a wife. Okay. Put some more respect on that baby name. She got a man that she chose right. She got a man who love her, is there willingly. You can tell the body language and the tone of how they dealing with each other. It's still love around here. The children are with him. She letting them lead. He ask her for what he need. You know, babe, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, babe. All right. Well, you see these four. I say, ooh, that's nice looking. That's nice. A family. Bitches think they can have that same family with a nigga who not the children's father, and some of you be like, yeah, I see it all the time. All the time where, nigga? All the time where a nigga coming into a woman's life who got a daughter and she ain't no baby. She 5 and up, and they gonna have the same relationship she would with her original biological father. What woman is allowing your daughter to get bathed by this man? What woman is allowing their daughter to be sleeping in the bed with them the same way she would if this was a nuclear family? Man ain't been there a year. You got the man sleeping in the bed, giving your baby a motherfucking baths, leaving your baby with this man. That what you trying to tell me? Cause that what you do with the father. Especially if, you know, it's a good dude. He's responsible. He ain't on the game and done forgot the baby and don't feed it and don't change the diaper. The baby is the baby. The baby ain't saying nothing. I'm talking infants now. You got to feed them and make sure they ain't shit on themselves and piss themselves, changing their diaper, motherfucking putting the cream on their butt, motherfucking taking baths, shit like that. You trying to tell me it's going to be just as original with a new man, if you got a daughter and you a woman, that you gonna bring the new guy around your daughter and let him act the same way you would her father? Because some of you women just ain't with the father of your child, but they're good men. They take their daughter, they spend time with their daughter, and usually these men go find a woman that's better acting behavior-wise than the woman they were with. For some reason, I've seen this a countless amount of times. No matter how much the nigga wasn't shit, he turned right around and found a bitch. And is doing better, regardless of how you feel about a nigga. Look at where he was financially, whatever the fuck you want to call it. He seemed to be all right and content. He ain't trying to dip back or nothing. He's good. He's out of there. But it's always this fallacy of idea of thinking you can always find something better. You can always turn over a fucking stone and hear something better is. Oh, what is this? Ooh, a prize, a treat. Oh, look at here. Look what I got. Really? Most of you only get dick out of this situation. Another bond to another man, which is going to make it harder for you to bond to any other man because you're walking around with these other men's spirit in your spirit. Soul tie, remember, ladies? Ladies love to tell you all about what some shit is, but don't carry it on to real life and when they make decisions. They can get online and be like, you need to be more this way, and you need to be this way, and what a real woman does and what a real man is. What the fuck do you be doing? Turn the camera around. Turn that camera around, nigga. You done everything you need to be doing? Because if we sitting here 6 hours chit-chatting about nothing that impacts the life, the world. That's why I don't do no fucking, I can't be on here all day. I can't, unless somebody else got this camera set up, following me to fuck around. I can't be sitting around holding my goddamn phone all day. Why? Because I got shit to tend to. My baby got to use the bathroom. I'm not filming this shit. My baby need to take a bath. I'm not filming this shit. We about to go to the store. I'm not filming this shit. I'm cooking meals. I'm not filming this shit every fucking second for you motherfuckers to pay attention to. It's just shit that need to be done. I come from a time before we had to film and talk about everything in our fucking day-to-day lives, but not keep it funky about the shit that ain't fucking favorable to you. The shit that might make you look real fucked up in people's eyes, you keep that shit off the books. But you got a lot to say about what the fuck somebody else saying. Because you don't like what they saying, and you don't, that triggers what fuck you feel and your emotions and whatever. It seems like we have women that follow them in their day-to-day life and see how do they deal with conflict resolution. How do they deal with getting their points across to people and connecting with others in a positive way?
Right. That part.
And why would a guy be like to be with you, Remy?
Because I'm funny. I'm outgoing. I work.
You hear this shit?
Yeah, bitch, I'm the fuck up. But I'm sorry, I'm reading the text. Yeah, I'm outgoing. I'm truthful. I don't lie.
Did you hear the question, why would a man be lucky with you? Do you hear the shit she's talking about? I just so happen to be a man. The bitch say she funny. Why she gotta be a bitch? What's her name? Here we go. White man fucking you every day. Soon as a nigga say bitch, you rapper calling you. Too Short and Snoop been calling you bitch since what year? I'm sure you danced to at least 3 of their songs. At the very least, it's 3 songs from Snoop. It's 3 songs from Too Short. Blow the Whistle is one of them motherfuckers, okay? Blow the whistle. You motherfuckers love it. Bitch. What that nigga Mike Epps say? Mike Epps can say it to you now. But he said a regular nigga like me call you bitch, you got an attitude. Snoop Dogg call you bitch, you, hey Snoop. I don't give a fuck about you caring about the word bitch. Bitch is a noun. It describes a person, place, or thing. I don't know this motherfucker's name. Kendra's supposed to know this bitch name, not me. She says she's funny. These are lies.
I don't feel like I have to lie, honestly, because when you lie, you just gotta keep making them up. And I don't got time for that shit. I'm too grown. And I'm real. I mean, shit. I know how to cook. I clean.
Now I'm just getting into some shit.
Yeah.
You gotta do all that stuff, but it couldn't keep the other 4 men that you were dealing with.
Oops. That's what we keep talking about. Ladies, let me let you know.
Salute to the
If you can't keep the nigga
I'm
you was
back with
fucking
another
with,
video.
you lose.
She has 4 kids by 4 different men. Let's get right into the damn
There's
video.
nothing else to
How you
talk
pronounce
about.
your name, baby?
It's Nyla.
You can't keep a
Nyla.
When you
nigga.
said Nyla, I was all for that. That's my nickname. So I go by Nyla.
Okay, Nyla too. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I call you Nyla?
You can.
Nyla, where you calling me from, babe?
I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's so crazy. I've been trying to get on here for years. And I'm an Instagram girly. And tonight I was just like, let me go to YouTube because I could not get on Instagram to save my life.
Stop it right there real quick.
I'm an Instagram
I want y'all to
rant
imagine
girly.
this. She's been trying to get on Kendra G singles for years. What does that tell the men out there? To the men out there with a brain, what would that tell you?
she been thirsty, looking for attention and looking for niggas for years, chasing some shit.
That would tell you that no man wants to deal with a single mother of with 4 children by 4 different men. Now let's continue with the damn video.
With the damn
Nice.
video.
Well, you here, girl.
I'm here. And it says my
Okay.
real name. That's crazy.
Yes. Naila, how old are you?
I am 39.
39. And what do you do for a living?
I'm currently a school teacher. And I business consult on the side. And I've made some pretty good investments. So, you know, I'm pretty good financially. I love being a teacher. It don't pay nothing. I make $15. But I love my job.
Okay.
So, but my other business ventures pay for life. So I'm
You see all that shit? What do you do? Not, can you tell us about your financial circumstances? Can you tell us how you pay your bills from month to month and what investments in your portfolio? Can you lay your portfolio out for us, please? Just what the fuck you do for it. What's your title, bitch? Where you go in to clock in at? Well, you know, school teacher. That was the answer. But, you know, I've done some other things and I do some other things on the side and I consult and I've made some investments. I love being a teacher, but it don't pay shit. It only pay $15. Why are you talking about all this? I'm confused.
I'm pretty good.
Well, that's awesome. What kind of teacher are you?
That's
So,
awesome.
I am currently the in-school suspension teacher. I was a behavior.
Yo, these chicks be cracking me up. That's why they always be like, listen, when you have a job or a solid career or a solid business, you can answer it without the ums. You said because you're not a real teacher that requires a real degree. You're an in-school suspension teacher. You don't have to do no teaching in in-school suspension. You're pretty much a babysitter. It's no different than them girls that you meet that walk outside and you see them with scrubs on, and you be like, "What do? I work at the hospital." You're thinking they're a nurse or some prominent figure in the hospital. They wash dishes. They're transporting patients downstairs to the door. They're cooking the food. They don't do nothing, but they want to make it seem like because they work in these fields. They'll say like they'll say it, but they won't say what they exactly do. I'm glad Kendra G.
They don't do nothing.
What do you do as a teacher? I'm an in-school. You're a babysitter for the bad kids. Cut it out.
Specialist in like 2011, and they felt like this was the position for me. So, yeah, I deal with the kids that don't want to act right in class. They send right on to me.
We know that.
So,
Okay, no worries. So that's what's up. What's your zodiac sign, Naila?
I am a Leo.
Well, do you have any kids yourself?
I do.
How many kids?
4.
4 kids. How old are your 4 kids?
Okay, so my oldest is 23. My second oldest, he'll be 20 in January. I just
39
on the 2nd of October, I have an 8-year-old, and I have a 3-year-old in November.
Okay. And by how many men?
All of them got different daddies.
4 daddies. Why you not with the 3-year-old dad?
I wanted to be with him. He just wasn't ready. He wasn't ready at all.
Open your legs for him, though. That's the problem. Were the other 3 fathers?
That's what we keep talking about. See, I get the world moves on and we want to try to sweep shit up under the rug. But ladies, you can't sweep pregnancies and your actual children under the rug. You risk your life to have this child. Ladies, look at the statistics. Hey Siri, how many women died from complications of pregnancy this year?
I found some web results. I can show them if you ask again from your iPhone.
What I ask on my iPhone. Let me see. Hey, hey Alexa. Hey Alexa. What are the stats on women who've died during complications with pregnancy this year?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Hey Alexa. Alexa. What are the harms that a woman can go through during pregnancy?
Your alarm is not set.
Alexa, are there any complications women can have during pregnancy?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Exactly. They don't even care about you hoes. Bitch ain't got nothing to say about you. Anywho,
Fathers ready? I'll wait. Give y'all a minute to think about that. I'm gonna ask this question again to the women out there. How many men does it take? Because we all know about trials and tribulations. You go through things, but how many men would it take you to have babies by before you to figure out that these men aren't serious about you, or that these men are going to keep giving you babies, or you're going to keep having babies by them, and they're not going to be there? How many times does it take? How many? And by how many men? You didn't learn your lesson after the second child with the second baby father? Or the third child with the third baby father, it took you the fourth time, and now you want a prominent man to come into your life? This is why you're single now, and this is why you don't have a man now. It's not happening. It's not happening. You could cancel Christmas.
He's from your area and he living life like they live life down there.
My area, which is where?
Chicago.
Okay, shout out to Chicago. So here's the deal. Chicago was definitely my second home. I'm from Connecticut, so I just always gotta clear that up. But shout out to Chicago. Most people think I'm from Chicago. I spent most of my career years in Chicago, so Chicago definitely is a city I consider to be home for me. But he's from Chicago.
Hammond, Chicago.
Okay.
You know.
I'm gonna take you out and bring you right back in. Okay. So we're gonna take it from the top. Okay.
I'm about to say something definitely wrong with their audio, MABW team. It's not my audio.
You hear me? So we got Nyla, right?
Yep.
Nyla? So Nyla, Indianapolis, 39, Leo, school teacher, also a business consultant, mom of 4 kids, by 4 men, never married. What kind of men are you looking for?
do y'all hear these stats? 39, 4 children, 4 baby daddies, never married. Leo, what type of man you looking for? Get the fuck out of here, man. She asked her why you ain't with the 3-year-old daddy. I wanted to be, he wasn't ready. Now what are you on here doing? The last 4 niggas you gave children to. I can't say who you last fucked because we ain't heard you explain when the last time you done that. But I'm sure it's not been no long since then, no 3 years. So this shit is out of control, B. What type of man you looking for? When you say I was with a man and I wanted to be with him, but he wasn't ready, how did y'all get to the point of fucking raw? Why isn't anyone asking women, why did you fuck this nigga raw if you didn't have no type of commitment to this nigga? And ladies, titles mean nothing to men. If you do not have the government involved in your relationship, that is not a real relationship to them. Only to the people involved. You cannot go down to the courthouse or the jail precinct talking about my girl ain't doing such and such. Who is your girl? Say her name. Are y'all married? Nah, we ain't married. So what the fuck can you come down to any court system or the jail and talk about what the other person doing? They owe me this. They need to be this. These folk don't care nothing about your personal domestic dealings with an individual until your ass go down to a courthouse and get that paperwork submitted. all this we in love and that. You could, okay. Gotta get the white folk involved for your shit to be legitimized. Thank you.
I'm gonna say
That's
a
the wild part. Never married. 4 children by 4 different men, never married. So how serious were you taking life?
It's not a
If none of these men even had to put a...
It's never been a requirement for you ladies. And if I'm 42, I'm talking 47 down to a 17-year-old. It has never been a requirement for the man that you could give a child to and get pregnant by, or give some pussy to, or suck his dick, let him lick your pussy, to have to do nothing to earn you. This is what ain't being talked about on the internet. You may not be a prostitute, but you've been hoeing yourself for years. You've been slutting your own self out because you're picking man on aesthetics. What a nigga look like. What a nigga got. What a vibe. Bitch, you know how many charismatic niggas out here? You know how many funny, risen up hoes niggas it is out here, Pauls? Like, what is you talking, man? These niggas know how to goddamn whip the dip. You know what I'm saying about a bitch anyway? Nigga might suck in basketball, nigga not know how to play the game. So on and so forth. Even niggas who ain't tall is knocking trees down. So all that, you picking motherfuckers by aesthetics and not the man, and that's where it's all fucked up. You don't follow no guidance from no man or no elders in your life to guide you, to lead you. You're not supposed to be out here, and I'm saying it since nobody else gonna say it. I don't give a fuck if you got children or not. You're not supposed to be out here on your own. You're not supposed to be just thinking for yourself. Most of you are way too fucking emotional and all over the place for your goddamn selves. You don't even make good decisions for you half the time. Ask a motherfucker, what do you want? I don't know what I want to eat. You know me. Bitch, I know you do shit like this. And as to where it makes me now question, why in the fuck did I ask this hoe and put myself in some shit? Because I'm thinking about, maybe this bitch gonna clean this shit up. Maybe this bitch gonna do better. Maybe this bitch gonna take more time to develop who she is and get more on track with staying consistent with her behaviors. Shitting me. Why for I think some like it? Why for I want better for a bitch? So I'm sitting up here saying, I know this bitch's background with this, but get this bitch a redemption moment, because they always need one. Hey, I was thinking about going to get something to eat or going to the grocery store and grabbing some items. What would you like to, eat? That's the quickest way a man can get upset with a woman, right there. If he's a no-nonsense man and ain't going for the bullshit, very direct, very blunt, very, on point individual, bitch don't know what she want to eat, man. Bitch, you can say, well, give me a minute, baby. While you on the way, I'll think of something and text you. That's the best a bitch can do if she don't know what she want to eat. But all that, I don't, it just depends. Like, what store you go? Did you just ask me a question? After you made a statement? Because I asked you, would you like something to eat? And you say it depends. Where you going? Bitch, I asked you about you. That means whatever you tell me is gonna determine what next moves I make. I don't already have a path, because if I did, I wouldn't have come to you and put you involved. That's why a lot of times men don't get involved with you, asking you about what the fuck going on, because you're not direct with your thinking. If it's not strong, and it could be in other arenas. I'm not gonna negate in other aspects of your life. You're concise and on point with things, but when it comes to certain things, men could go without what you have to say about it. That's why usually they just do it and don't involve you, because they know if they came to you, you were gonna try to deviate. You're trying to stay focused and locked in. You're trying to deviate, move the goalposts, different circumstances, different possibilities. Nigga, we got to get to this point, point A to B. The most efficient way to get there. Boom, boom. Logically, rationally, realistic thinking. Okay. Common sense thinking here. No over the top shit. No algebra. Not neither one of them. I was great at algebra. 4 baby daddies, 4 children. I was great at math. So, motherfucker love to talk about what they used to be. What is you now, bitch? What is you now, bitch? What you are is a mother. I'm gonna go back to it. You a mother first. Stop talking all this identifying of something other than somebody's mama. You somebody's mama. That's what your representation is. You somebody's mama. You want to be cute. You want to be seen. You want to be outside. You want to be this. You want your own that. You are someone's mother. You represent them. So calm down with all the yelling and fussing and cussing and insulting people on the internet and coming off very masculine when you are someone's mother. People are on the internet. They can just screen record you and show it to everybody they know and put smut out on your name, because you putting yourself out there in this limelight. If you're not holding yourself at the A1 respectable levels at all times, nigga, you're failing yourself. You're failing your children. You're failing your family. You represent something bigger than you, but that's where we're at in our generation, that once a girl can get an iPhone or, an Android or whatever they got, they no longer have to listen to anything or anyone. They're free to fuck all the men they want and fall in love with all of them, and it not lead to shit but hurt and heartache. And they just keep going. Basically, what I've seen is, once I make a horrible decision, I can just keep making horrible decisions. I didn't wait for the man of my dreams to be, to get my virginity up. Some situations were a little, obviously way worse, where women were molested or raped or something. We're not talking about those. We're talking about the fast-ass little girls that were 12 and 13 putting themselves in these situations when they had a mother and a father, or at least a mother that was very permanent, constant in their lives and there. But guess what? They had to work, they had to this, and while they were doing that, little boys and girls, these little girls who were in good homes being told to not do this and do that, also incentivize their girls by putting them on birth control. Are we gonna do any type of documentary on the birth control? I only got to see it from, my angle, but I want to hear it from all the cities, all the high schools, of what them depot shots did to girls, how it affected our people. Birth control. We want to make sure you motherfuckers ain't having children. And I get people on the internet that be like, why didn't you take birth control? I would never advise a woman to put none of that shit in their body, no matter what way or form they apply it. Just don't be fucking And don't be fucking a nigga you ain't willing to have a baby by or you wouldn't die for. Or you ain't willing to have an STD with. Now, we made them rules very clear that a bitch had to fill out paperwork because a bitch claim is something serious to her to get that pussy. But once you fuck so many niggas, you gotta stop with the lies. You gotta stop. If I come in this motherfucking and ask, hey, this is a cold ass car right here. How many motherfuckers done test drive this bitch? Oh man, about 30 people today. How long it's been out here? Oh, about 2 weeks. So the bitch been test drove over like 200 times, huh? Cool. That's a car that a nigga get to, especially if you, let's say out Mount Zion at that one over there. I forget the name of the dealership. It was like a Nissan dealership. And anywho, you right there and you get to jump on the expressway and really rev that bitch and get up under there. Get right with it. You know what I'm saying? Pull the seats back to like you like it. You know what I mean? If it's hot outside, turn that AC on. If it's cold, motherfucking put that heat on. Put that heat in the seats. Put that heated steering wheel. That bitch drop top nigga on. Panoramic roof nigga on and pull that back. Yeah, you get to get in that bitch, do how you like. Shit, if you really on some player shit, you done already linked your shit to the Uconnect and the Apple Play. Boom, you in that bitch, Apple Played up, bumping your shit. Feel like that's what you wanna make that bitch yours. You wanna customize it for you. That's what a lot of men do. You see a lot of men in car clubs. That's because men wanna personalize their shit. Nigga don't want some shit that's just like everybody else's shit is my fucking point. And ladies, once you've had man after man after man giving your body, your time, your effort, if your shit good, imagine you done gave it and 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 gave it. Now I get to get it, and I should be so goddamn appreciative that I get my turn now, cause it didn't work out with none of them other niggas, or I wouldn't be here. If you so great, you so wonderful. What happened to all them niggas you been fucking since you was that age? Because you chose to start fucking. You see, I can jump. Birth control fucked us. But then our girls, once they made the decision to fuck, and they incentivized it with the condoms and all that shit too, when the girls would go get their physicals and boys would go get anything going on with them, our physicals to play sports and shit, they incentivized that shit to have sex. They incentivized it. So once it wasn't about finding a man you love, it was just about, I'm horny, these kids gonna fuck, and we don't want them to get diseases and have children. It was more mother that my generation started the teenagers having children. Mine, not the generations before me. My generation, born in '82, my nigga. It was in them '80s. This shit was birthing. It was spewing. We weren't old enough yet, but them '90s babies. The 90s babies was the ones, because I seen it. I ran back into these people maybe 20 plus years later, maybe 20 years, 15, something in that range, of girls that got pregnant at 12, 13 type shit. Like 12, as soon as a woman can menstruate has been a thing that women have been given by me to men. They were in a better financial situation. With little girls have been gift wrapped to a nigga so he can take care of this bitch and get our family out of this situation. But women want to talk about, what type of man and what a man should provide, but they really don't really want to talk about the negative sides of what that power structure looks like. And there may be a percentage of guys who can handle making that amount of money. But let me say something to you. Now we're going to find out what his real demons are, because a so-called broke man, or a man who doesn't have a lot of resources and funds to pursue wants and be in these places to be introduced to certain things, he can't necessarily, embark on what he, the thing he most wants to do. Once a man get a certain amount of money, And he can move like the way he really want to move, and money's not the worry with it. It's just how much time he got. Do he feel like it? Once that man gets to that point financially, and somebody say, how the fuck would you know what a man who's a millionaire would fucking go through? You're not a millionaire. You've never had $1 million. Well, see, in layman's terms, God blessed me with having a skill set that didn't have nothing to do with the so-called white man's power structure of what the fuck you niggas are thinking and believing. I was given a skill to know that give me insight based off the information I've gathered over the years of learning human behavior. Not one particular man, but the idea of, generally speaking, what an individual, man or woman, but since we're talking about the power structure of a relationship and adding a woman into this man who already has resources to do what he wants, gives him the, it's just, I've seen in real time. I've watched individuals who played in high school with me make it to the NBA. So being around them for a short period of time, they was not able to buy this vehicle and be at this, in this neighborhood and be in these places. They got that type of money, and their demons started to show. Are they a drinker? Are they a smoker? Are they a gambler? How does them doing these drugs, are they able to maintain in it? Are they spending too much money on it? Is it taking over them? It's so much shit that comes with that. So if that man ain't went through his demon stage, you bitches is going through it with him. So enjoy getting fucked by a nigga who got some money. But until y'all live together and go down there to that courthouse and he wants you as his woman that way, you have nothing going on with a man, lady. Stop investing your time and energy into men who have nothing, no stock in you. They're not invested in this company, and giving you a couple dollars is not what I mean. A man's money is not his investment. Just keeping that out there. A nigga who go make money will put it toward whatever the fuck he want to. And we've already seen men who go to strip club. That ain't the dumbest way to spend your money. Some niggas is really gonna feel away. Boy, you just can't goddamn throw money. That's why you hating and you lame, bro. Broke ass nigga. It's all, bro, it's always a broke ass nigga trying to tell a nigga with some money what to do with his money. If I wanna go down to a building that ain't got no windows, and I wanna go see a female that I ain't got no respect for, and I wanna take my money I use, and I take my skill set, my trapping, my robbing, whatever it is I do to make their money, legit money, I go to my job every day, and I do something that I'm good at, that I love, but I got bills, I got a house, I got this, I got a car note, all that straight. All that straight to the point that I got some more money allocated toward going into a building with no motherfucking window, and girls I don't know as young as, we don't know really, who 18 and up, and I'm 29, I'm 40, I'm 23, I'm goddamn 35. Men of all motherfucking types coming in here to see little girls or grown women shake their ass and throw money on that. What are these bitches doing with the money once they get it? Huh? What is a bitch doing with the monies? What do strippers do with their money? How do they impact the youth, other girls, to make sure they not stripped? Do strippers want their little niece and they daughters to strip too? Is that the goal? Like, pass it down to your daughter, Day? Can you take your daughter or your little cousin, your little niece to the whole house or the stripping pole with you, and they can sit around stage to see how you pop their pussy, and these so-called respectable men who adore you because they spend a lot of money on me. They got shit. Only reason you can't get this, most men can't get a woman to behave like this unless he's throwing some money. Some man can get their dick sucked, fucked, cooked a meal, ran a bath, massaged, you name it. You don't even have to ask. They just want to do it. They're willing to do it. The idea of paying a woman to get naked for me because I'm paying her, but leaving here and fucking a nigga for free and then taking the proceeds that I helped procure. I helped her procure. She's spending it on him. She took my money from her shaking her ass and popping pussy in front of me. Let me see it. And she pull it all together in a bag and count it up and tip out this person and tip out that person and do that, see what she get. And she take that money and she getting piped down by a nigga. He might be waiting in the parking lot. He might be going to pick this bitch up. But she definitely getting piped down. If she do this type of work, how was she? Oh, she's not a sexual being. The fuck are you talking about? Bitch is a gobbler if she's a stripper. I don't give a fuck about what you talking about. The bitch strip. She's not looked at to have no morals and standards all of a sudden because she ain't on stage. Oh, she's a fucking stand-up lady outside of this. She's a great mother. I don't think, no, I know for a goddamn fact you are not a good mother if you're a stripper. If you're doing anything sexual, you ain't good for your child, especially a daughter. You doing anything sexual outside of fucking the same nigga you been fucking for 20 years, if you want to have sex with somebody, the same nigga for 20 years, one nigga. Yep. If you're not doing that, you're doing bad.
To put a ring on your finger for you to have more children by these men. That's why I say women, I keep telling men this, and I'm going to continue to drill this in your head. Once these women hit 35 and up, they're pretty much past their prime. They've hit the wall. They're going to want a prominent man to come in, a prominent figure to come into their life, and they're going to rush things. The next man that comes into her life, she's going to have this whole list of things that he has to do, including possibly cohabitating with her and possibly marrying her. But those other men, they didn't have to do any of that stuff. But she's going to have all these demands for the fifth guy or the sixth. Now, I don't know how many other guys she had, but for the next man that takes her serious, she's gonna put that man through hell because of the demands.
Man who has a good relationship with God, you don't have to be a preacher, but you definitely have to have a good relationship with God, a good relationship with his parents. If he has children, most definitely a good relationship with his children's mothers and have to be active in his kids' lives.
Let me tell you something. Men don't have to have good relationships with their child's mother. Sometimes these women don't understand what the mothers be putting the baby fathers through. Sometimes there's men out there that could preach this just like me. But sometimes these baby mothers have put men through hell for the first 5 or 10 years. Then when the kids get older, that's when the baby mothers want to be cool. Or when the kids turn 18, when they can't get child support anymore, that's when the baby mothers want to be cool with you. Men don't have to respect these baby mothers out here or tolerate them. You don't have to do that. If these baby mothers have given you bullshit for the past 10 to 20 years of your life when you were a good father, or if you are a good father and you're taking care of your kids and they gave you a bunch of shit until those kids turned into adults, you don't got to respect them. And I'm going to be the first man to tell you, don't give them a lick of respect. because they took away from you when they knew you were taking care of your responsibilities. And I mean that.
What else?
And I mean,
Financially, everybody keep yelling six figures.
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna-
if you made six figures, you'd be talking about he needs six figures. But of course, you make $15 an hour, and you got your little side hustles which probably don't really bring in no real income. But I'm gonna let you keep talking. I can guarantee you, if you made a little bit more than $15 an hour, you would definitely be talking about a six-figure man. I'm surprised you really aren't anyway, because most of you women that have a low income, you still talk about a six-figure man. But I'm thoroughly surprised.
to say he has to be able to sustain his life. And I would prefer a man, if he wanted to enter a relationship, to come into the relationship being a provider and knowing that. But financially, I can sustain myself, and I can probably sustain him too. But I just think that a lot of men now want to be courted. I'm not that girl. I can't do it.
A lot of men want to be courted. The irony. You know what it is? Men don't want to be courted.
what the fuck is a bitch talking about? Anybody? What a bitch talking about, man? A lot of men? Hey Siri, what does a lot of men mean?
I found some web results. I can show them if you ask again from your iPhone.
Hey Siri, what's the definition of a lot?
Which word? L-A-T or L-O-T?
L-O-T.
Lot is an informal term. As a pronoun, it means a large number or amount, a great deal. Do you want to hear the next one?
Yes.
Lot is an informal term. As an adverb, it means a great deal, much. Want to hear one more?
Yes.
Lot is an informal term. As a noun, it means a particular group, collection, or set of people or things. Want to hear one more?
Yes.
As a noun, it means an article or set of articles for sale at an auction. Want to hear one more?
Yes.
As a noun, it means one of a set of objects such as straws, stones, or pieces of paper that are randomly selected as part of a decision-making process. Want to hear the next one?
Yes.
As a noun, it means a person's love or condition in life, particularly is determined by fate or destiny. Want to hear the next one?
Hey Siri, what's the definition of a lot? I don't think it's a word. I think it's two words. Hey Siri, what does a lot mean?
A lot means give or apportion something to someone as a share or task.
Oh, they taking it that way. Okay. Yeah, the words together, a lot is another term of, like you said, associate giving a task to somebody.
Men just don't want to court you and spend all their money on you and your children. Men are in their so-called soft era. What that means is men aren't spending any money on you anymore. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And also, sometimes women need to show some chivalry. If you ask that man out on a date, you pay for it. Don't expect that man to pay for a date that you ask him to go on with you. It's just that tables are turning now, because for so long, women have been asking men to go on dates after the men took them on a couple, asked them to meet them out to eat somewhere, and expect the man to pay for it. No, you pay for it. That's all that's about.
Oops.
My brothers, and I was raised by all men. Let me say that first of all. My brothers are 10, 11 years older than me. So
if you were raised by all men, they didn't teach you nothing.
You did horrible then. I was about to say that.
No way you were raised by all men and had 4 babies by 4 different men. They didn't put you up on any game.
Not at all.
If you're the baby sister or a middle sister and you got all brothers and you got 4 children by 4 different men, they didn't teach you shit. 39. And I mean that.
All married. My father was married, and they were all providers. You know what I mean? So, just knowing that, I really just don't want to deal with the guy who thinks that I'm supposed to provide for him. Now, granted.
What have you been dealing with? Again, 39. 4 for 4. This ain't Wendy's, baby. This ain't Wendy's. This is one of y'all sisters, one of your queens. What make her not a queen? Cause she fucked up so many times. She making money and can pay bills and stuff, and she on Kendra G show looking for a man. Where are her children at? She looks very relaxed. This isn't school time. Meaning they not there. Where the fuck are your children? You have someone else tending to them. Ladies, do you understand when you're not paying attention to their children, they're probably trying to get into some shit because they realize you're not paying attention. Well, why do I gotta pay attention to them all the time? Why do I gotta be they're my children. I'm always with them. What the fuck else what you have them for? Huh? Nobody want to hear that shit? Grandma had way more fucking children than you. Think about who had you. Ugh. What they had to go through. Ain't nobody as bad as you. I'm always with my kids. That's how it, huh? Did something change? Did something change? Haven't we known women to be with their children? Because that's what the fuck be going on through history. There's no PSTD to that. I'm just innately needed. I know I need to be with my children. I know my children are the most important. I know I don't need to be focusing on no man. I need to be focusing on myself and my children. If a man can come into that, that's very difficult. If I especially didn't have the child with this nigga. Nigga don't want nobody else's children around. While I'm trying to cuddle and fuck on you and this, that, and the next, you goddamn got to keep going to these children that ain't mine. Damn, another one of them sick. Niggas do not want to deal with a woman who got another nigga's children. No one's telling you this shit. And the more you have, the even less niggas is wanting to deal with you. I did not say they won't spend money and fuck you a little bit. They may even spend money on your children. You may be able to hustle up on getting your life at a better position. That does not mean he does not want to be with you. You've already made your bed in such a way that you can't bring another bed in here. Okay? Another man is the bed, but the bed you made has this other nigga's children in it. He comes into the bed, you tell the children, get out of the bed. This new nigga is here. Not your daddy's, but this new nigga who ain't really got nothing to do with y'all. He for me. He for mommy. Mommy need love too, like baby boy. But that made sense to say because baby boy was 18. But baby boy wasn't ready for the world fully because she wasn't giving him no game. Because she was so wrapped up in a nigga, she got lost of dealing with her boys. Women spend a lot of time talking to and entertaining men, whether it be sexually or just whatever. And that man ain't influencing their son in no type of way. You just like a nigga. That's some selfish ass foul shit to me. You killing our boys and girls out here. Entertaining niggas, but don't know what the fuck your child in there doing. Don't know who the fuck they in there talking to because you texting your friend again. My friend, this my friend, girl, my friend. I'm about to go see my friend and we back. Where are your children at, man? Doing shit. Because you want to be in a nigga face. Because you don't like the nigga you had children with. Or you don't like the niggas you had children with. So, I need another nigga. You don't need to do nothing with getting better. You don't need to practice no different ways. You just need more niggas on more niggas and more niggas. More niggas. More niggas. I want somebody to love me. What the fuck are you talking about? Nobody's going to be able to love you the way you should have been loved as a little girl. Nobody's going to be able to love you like you should have been loved in your 20s. Nobody's going to love you like you should have been loved in your 30s. Now that you're in your 40s, no one is finna come pick no shit up in his 40s talking about rebuilding and making up for 30 years of not being loved properly, 30 years of making bad decisions, 30 years of regrets and all that. Now that's on some new nigga to figure out how to love you, and you ain't even in no therapy. You just come cute and with your hair done and with your face made and with your eyelashes and with your little outfit showing your body and showing how cute. So he just want to fuck you. So goofy niggas will spend money on you. Goofy niggas will spend money on a woman because he's not used to getting no woman. Niggas who used to getting women and women doing for them is not, even if they're in the position, gonna go jump out the window trying to spend money on your ass because you look cute. That means more niggas with more money than me is willing to spend money on you. I'll never make it a money thing because I'm a competitor in the sense of naturally, but looking at it from a standpoint of it is what it is. If I seen you out here, you're already this age, you already had children, you already fucked men, you've already had relationships. I'm just meeting you now. I just came across you at the Target, at the gas station, so on and so forth. I'm not finna think other niggas ain't tried to holler at you and offer you things, cause shit, if my rule has always been, if I like it, they love it. I like the aesthetics of what I see. Oh my God. I've stopped. When women just be like, God damn, ain't nothing wrong with this. Unless this bitch liver is bad and she got halitosis and her pussy stink. Man, this bitch here is everything. God made one to him, my boy. I'm talking about the teeth, the face, the skin, the the attributes is, and they can be fully dressed, not showing the monkey, not none of that, not showing the cleavage, and then you just know it's well, yeah, it's put together like the weather on the slather. Anywho, ain't no way I'm thinking this bitch ain't been piped down right now. If I like it, they love it. And what I like and what they willing to do, what I'm willing to do at like and what they willing to do at love is a goddamn whoop. I know how women do. I've been seeing this since goddamn elementary. Playing on niggas. Playing on niggas. He'll do it. He said, I asked him, he'll do it. Trick ass nigga. Bitch don't do nothing for you, man. You spending money because money mean nothing to a man. It's just a means of getting what he want. For men who throw money to women who they don't love or care about. It's just a means. Pay for your attention. Pay for your whatever the fuck he getting from you. That ain't enough. Because I need to be building shit for my family. I need to be building shit to help the community, grow a community, build a community. I'm throwing money to this bitch who ain't... She fucking drug dealers. What the fuck am I giving her money to do? Get more makeup, more lashes, more hair, more outfits, more heels to shake her ass again and again. I imagine that shit. Coming out your house every day to go shake ass for niggas you don't know. I could never. Just think about that shit. Doing this shit for years. This same bitch sitting up here, music come on, the lights. If I go to this shit 2-3 times, that's why I don't go to strip club. I can imagine I'd be so sick of this shit. Same bitches work here. For if you into that type of shit, it'd be like new bitches every night. Man, it's the same bitches yesterday in a different outfit. Hey, baby. Looking like the same bitches yesterday, ain't you? This at the strip club. This me talking to. This is the same bitch who took her top off, took her bottom off, put her pussy in my face, and I looked at it and oh, that's nice, baby. That's everything. All right. Watched her put her clothes back on, walk not even 2-3 feet from me, and do the same thing to him. And I'm, hey, yo, same pussy again. All right. I know I don't care about this woman. I know I wouldn't protect this woman. I know I wouldn't. I don't see her like a regular woman because she's a female. I I look down at this type of work. I'm just being honest. I look down at any type of work that don't require a real skill set. And most women aren't being told that you're only as you're sadly because you don't have or you're not tapped in and utilizing your God-given gift, your skill set, and you're only relying on the fact that men want to fuck you. Most of you are surviving off that. Someone wants to fuck you all the time, so you get some type of grace, which also comes with some other things. So there's that.
Financially, I can do what I want to do to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like I can buy nice gifts, I can plan great trips, I can do all these things, but
How?
you need to give me 100%. I don't want to. I don't want a 50-50 with no man. You know what I mean? That's just not.
So
my
what,
way.
okay, so 50-50. Okay, so explain this 100%. So you want him to provide 100%.
I want him to be in it 100%.
Okay.
So he understands
fuck are you
that if
talking
he's
about?
ill, I can cover all the bills. And if I'm ill, he can cover all the bills. But I don't want to date a man that leads with the 50-50 mentality. Because then I feel like that's you wanting me to take care of you and your bills. And I know
Have you
what my
go-
life is
have
like.
you
You know what I
been
mean?
through this
I know
before?
what my bills. I've been in the same condo for 13 years. So I know what my bills are here. I'm financially secure in this
It's
situation.
probably subsidized. Come on, fellas. We know how this gets. She has 4 children, 4 different guys. We know she getting some type of assistant. And she only makes $15 an hour. Let's be real here. She's getting some type of subsidized assistance from the government. And sometimes when you stay in those subsidized apartment, the rent doesn't change. They keep you grandfathered in. See, your boy MABW, I know how this works. I know how a lot of these birds out here operate. And it's no different from state to state how birds' mentality are and how they operate, especially when they have a bunch of kids by a bunch of different men. You can't fool your boy MABW. You can fool Kendra probably. You ain't gonna fool me. I'm gonna call you out.
Oops.
So for me to come out of this situation and come into yours to go half on your bills, I can't do that.
So do you want to move in with you then?
No, we would have to get our own place. I want to keep this one.
So you would sell your place.
Or maybe rent it, maybe lease it.
Okay, got you. Now you have 4 kids. Could he have kids?
Of course.
Okay. Do you want more kids?
Nah, not for real.
Okay. All right. This was your wants. What are your deal breakers?
Misogynistic men. I love a man that I can learn from, but I don't need a daddy. I already have.
But you know what they consider misogynistic men? What do I say all the time? You can't win with these women if you hold them accountable.
Any man trying to tell
You're
you
a
what to do.
misogynist, and you just don't like black women. That's their game. You're a misogynist or you're racist. That's if you hold them accountable. If you tell her why she was never married to any of the children's fathers, you're a misogynist. I guarantee you. If you question her about her life and why none of the men that she had children by, if you question her about that, she will call you a misogynist and possibly wouldn't want to deal with you anymore, which would be you dodging a bullet anyway. But it's so funny. Misogynist in layman terms for them is a man that holds me accountable. That's what misogynist means. So any man that holds me accountable, he's a misogynist. I promise you.
You know what I mean? So,
You know what I mean?
Emotional intelligence, someone who definitely I take accountability for all my actions, you know? So, a man who definitely takes accountability and understands that, a good communicator.
Oh my God.
So,
Yo.
if you got that stubborn mindset, or you a man who throws tantrums, or even too much femininity, for me, I'm not going.
Oh my God.
Hygiene is so important. Teeth are extremely important. So it's just best if your teeth are...
I don't know if the guys caught that while I was laughing, but a guy with too much femininity. Exactly why I tell guys, don't try to show no emotional side around these women. I'm glad at least she called that out, because these women, no matter how much they tell you to show a feminine side or your soft side, they'll use it against you. they'll use it against you. So be careful, fellas.
Or not in the right condition, don't even hit me up. And I mean that with the utmost respect. You know what I mean? But that's just very important to me. And I told you, a man who's just not respectful. Like, you know, if you calling women bees all the time or hoes, or even if you just too
Bees
thugged
and
out,
hoes.
like, don't hit me up. Not even at all. Like, it ain't no point.
So, okay, I'm gonna let you respond to this. We had another live and it was staticky, so I had to restart the live. You did indicate you are a mom of 4, 23, 28, and a 3-year-old by 4 men. There's definitely gonna be conversation about that. So what would you say to the man that's concerned?
So, in layman's terms, I'm a very open book. I lost my
What?
virginity with my daughter when I was 15, and he was 8 years older than me. He was out of line, you know, but I didn't know any better. I was sneaking and I got caught. Had I not gotten pregnant, no one would have ever known that I
But you
even.
got brothers that are 10 and 11 years older than you. So that
What
means
were
if
you
you were
doing?
16, one of your brothers was possibly 25.
What were you doing?
No, one of your brothers was 27
How
and one was
did this
26.
nigga get to
If
you?
one is 10 years older and one is 11 years older. So if these men know how
He
women
was-
how
he was
other
out of
men
pocket.
operate, and you could have possibly learned something from them, why didn't they teach you anything about men? Why would they let their little sister be out here like that with men? They weren't looking over you that much, if you ask me. And I know that sometimes girls can get into things at a young age, but the way you were making it seem about the men in your family, they didn't seem like they were looking out for you like that. They just don't. And I'm sorry if I'm harsh, but it doesn't seem like that in my eyes.
Don't say
Had sex. You know what I mean? So that's how my daughter came into play, and I love her. She's perfect to me.
What?
Then my high school sweetheart was my son's father, and he actually took responsibility for my daughter as well. We were together for a few years, and I didn't get along well with his mother, you know, and that's a deal breaker too. If I cannot get along with your mother, it's not happening. Like, I'm not doing that. But his mother just, like, she hated my guts, and I was a kid. You know what I mean? I was a child. So that was done. 12 years later, I got with another guy, and we were, like, just kind of mutuals. He was my comfort zone. I was traveling a lot. I was doing a lot of investment, so I was traveling a lot, and I got pregnant by him, and he had 3 of us pregnant at the same time. And then this last guy, I thought I could be with him. I thought we were going to be together, but he just wasn't ready at all. And
that's the problem. You should have saved yourself. See, this is the thing. After 1 or 2 kids, you have to know when it's time to stop letting these dudes run up in you without protection. And say, you know what? I don't want to keep just having kids out of wedlock. I might need a ring on my finger, or we have to use protection. So you don't keep bringing kids into this world who don't have a man that's in their life, or the father is not present, being present there like that. That's the problem. Women, you have to hold yourself definitely accountable for that. You hold the narrative to making babies. You do. You can put a stop to that anytime that you want. Anytime that you want.
I allowed him to do things that I would never allow a man to do. All my friends went through the ups and downs with dudes.
Just came across this video, guys, of a woman who has spent quite some time working as an exotic dancer. And she was speaking to women who may have some interest, who are curious, who are looking to get into the industry. Yes, women who are also looking to become strippers, exotic dancers, women who are willing to show them cheeks for some cash, and in some cases, even do something strange for a little piece of change. And she actually really is trying to warn women that it's not worth it. The stress, the drama, the trauma attached to it. It's not
It's
worth
your
the
boy
money that you
Charles
think you're going to
Charles
make, because the
reacts.
money that you think you're going to make in many cases you will not see. Seems to be going on nowadays is many videos of women who are speaking and showing the lifestyle, showing that they're making all this money and talking about how lucrative it has been for them to get into the industry and how the lifestyle has benefited them. And it just catches the eye of modern women who are interested in making quick and easy, fast money, or at least so they think. Listen, I honestly believe that there's really not much of a difference between these women who decide to get into this industry and see men basically as walking ATMs, human cash apps, tricks, easy licks, a way to basically fund their lifestyle. I don't think it's really that much of a difference between those women and the women who walk around saying that they're not going 50-50. If a man isn't paying all my bills and providing me with a lifestyle that I feel like I'm entitled to, then why do I need him? I'm not willing to build with the man. He has to come already pre-made. And one of the most evident things you'll notice about both types of women is that neither of them are focused on their value, let alone a man's morals and values. But what they're finding out is it's not really worth it.
It may seem easy right now. It may seem like, okay, I'm about to stack up real quick. I'm about to get that money real quick. It's not a big deal. Maybe another year in there, and then I'm gonna leave. I'm telling you, the baggage that being in that industry comes with is not worth an extra 6 months. It's not even worth an extra month.
Listen to what she said right there. She said the baggage that comes along with it is not worth it. It's not worth it. What do you think she's talking about? I don't think she's talking about an annoying boss who likes to micromanage. I don't think that's what she's referring to when she says the baggage. I think she's talking about the dark social media
outside,
who glamorize that lifestyle, but they leave out the other part of it. The part where when the money isn't coming in so fast, or how you get addicted to the money. So now you find yourself a little bit more willing to do something strange for a little piece of change because you got to keep up with the Joneses. You got to keep living that lifestyle.
I learned that they are getting big money over there. Like, nobody is complaining of.
There were so many issues with this video, but I'm just going to start with the clip. The issue with 304 TikTok is the fact that everybody comes up here and glorifies the industry of when you don't understand any of the behind the scenes that goes into it. You take everything at face value and you assume that that's the lifestyle, that it's pretty, that you make all this money,
right.
It's the bad bitch. Of course you see when they make it them bands, but you don't see when they're crying and stressed out about their bills.
Right.
Not enough people talk about the dark side of being a dancer. I don't know why everybody thinks that shit is glitter and gold. I'm Jasmine, I'm an ex-stripper turned stripper coach, and I'm here to tell you the truth about the 304 industry.
I don't know exactly what a stripper coach is, but it sounds like she took her experience and simply found a way to leverage it. But we're going to check it out.
That's out of control.
People be lying, bro. Like, they get on this app and they put on this persona that they got it all together. They making all this money, that they the biggest and the baddest, all this other shit. Meanwhile, they're miserable behind closed doors. They're literally having mental breakdowns. They are exhausted and drained and still can't afford to pay their bills. Yet they're still forced to work as a stripper because even though with making all that money, they can't seem to make good financial habits, so they have nothing to show for it. Other than bust down wigs, nails, and some pleasers.
And we know it's a lot of that going around. It seems to be an endless supply of those bust down wigs.
Y'all don't understand the spiritual effects, the psychological effects, the dangers of that environment, and y'all get up here, women, especially women, get up here to learn from in order to be more desirable to a man, yet they turn around and talk shit about. You're biting off their fashion sense. You want to learn pole dance like them. You want all the aesthetic of being a dancer, but you don't want any of the reality. You don't want any of the side effects.
Oh, hold on. We got to stop for a second because she's talking a little bit too real. Hold on. But tell me where she's lying. Tell me where she's lying when we have a time now where more and more modern women, and she put it civilian women, are glamorizing the 304 lifestyle. You want to talk to me? You got to cash at me. You want to get my attention. If a man really interested, then he'll give you some money. It'd be nothing for men who got money. Spending money on a woman to get to know her is no big deal. All of the language, is very parallel. It's a lot of parallels when you hear the language, the mentality of 304s of women in this industry and modern women today that are adopting that persona. And what does that end up allowing the men to do? Because men are doing one or two things in a lot of instances. They're either choosing not to deal with these kind of women and not give them the energy, the time and attention, or they're treating them accordingly. Okay, you want to exhibit all the behaviors of a modern day 304, then I'm going to treat you as such and nothing more.
So now we going out wearing pleasers and poster girl dresses. Y'all bite off suckers. You're talking about, I need a trick, yet you look down upon another woman who is a professional in that industry. Meanwhile, you're trying to learn any bit of information that you can to scrape crumbs out of a guy. The math is not mathing.
I mean, damn, they're not getting it off the top. They scraping crumbs, bottom of the barrel, leftovers.
getting lost in the sauce. Lost in the sauce can refer to a lot of things, but what I'm speaking about specifically here is when people start drinking a lot or doing a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing, and they start doing it more and more to a point where they become lost in the sauce. I see this happen a lot in this industry. I don't think it's talked about enough, but what it comes down to is this industry takes a really big toll on your mental health.
I put this on in order to drink tonight. Every girl has to do it. If not, they're not going to serve you a drink.
Do not enter this industry because you're going to be swept up in the sauce, and I'm telling you, it's going to be so hard for you to get out of this. And a lot of people think like dancing until they're like 40, 50, like, okay, they're just getting the bag for years and years, but that is not a flex, okay? A flex is literally doing this for a certain amount of time, getting your bag up, saving, and then moving on to the next thing.
Hey, listen, this is why this type of lifestyle shouldn't be glorified. Because when you run the social media and you see this sort of thing, and then they only want to highlight what seems to be the positive, which is usually just the money, what's being hidden is the realities of what many of these women are going through in order to make that money. If you got to take drugs or alcohol in order to get yourself into a mindset to be able to go make your money, that's probably not something that is healthy for you to do. And I'm sure that when all these women were young girls and growing up, they didn't sit there and say, I want to grow up to be a stripper one day. But we all know the recipe when it comes to that sort of thing, when a lot of cases how that occurs.
No one who grows up in a good household with money and sheltered and everything, no one has the thought of, I want to be a stripper when I grow up. No, this is girls who come from a lack of money, a lack of love, security, like everything. You know, this is like a thing that can save your life. And if you don't have to save your life, why would you?
Strip clubs are kind of sad. I will say this though. I don't feel bad for any of the girls in like Vegas. Vegas is they're playing you hard. Like strip clubs and anywhere else, it's kind of sad. They usually come from a tough place and they have to like do that to make a good living, and like that sucks. Vegas, those girls go there willingly knowing they're gonna fucking clean house. There's girls in LA who are actresses that go there for the weekend to do their thing and come back because that's how they pay rent.
And this is another reason why the family unit is so important. I remember I recently did another video where it was a veteran and he was just speaking about all the statistics that pointed in the negative when dads aren't present, when good fathers aren't there to be a part of their children's lives, and how children in many of those cases end up going down the wrong path. And then many of them will actually admit that they were missing something. They didn't grow up with their dad. There was something that drew them to it because of what they felt like they weren't receiving at home.
Don't think this all peaches and cream because it's really not. It's really sad. It's really pathetic. Like, my daddy stopped talking to me once he found out that I was dancing. Like, that hurt my feelings so bad. I just was, and mind you, we had just kind of rekindled our relationship because I didn't know him when I was first born. I met him when I was 17. So when he found out that years later after me becoming an adult, like he found out that I was dancing, our communication just stopped for real. Like, and that's one thing I really do regret, that we didn't ever have that conversation about, you know, how he just like abandoned me or just turned his back on me once he realized that I was dancing. I never talked to him about it. I knew that that's how he felt because, you know, my sisters would tell me certain things that he said, but at the end of the day, that's going to happen. My mom did the same thing. Me and her fell out once she knew that I started dancing. Like, she didn't want to, you know, get my kids. She didn't want to watch my kids, like, if I needed to go to work. She was like, I'm not going to contribute to you dancing. I know you going out there dance. I'm not going to watch them while you dance. And it's just like, man, you don't pay my bills. Y'all don't take care of me. Y'all have not set me up for any type of, you know, y'all don't have no money. So for the fact that y'all getting mad at me for how I choose to get money, that really like affected our relationship on both ends, like for a long time.
No parent wants their daughter growing up to be a stripper. It's not something that a parent who actually cares about their children and cares about what their children go out in the world and do would hope for. While some may support their kids because they feel like that's the loving thing to do no matter what, and others will disown them and choose not to have any type of communication, it's not something that a father or a mother wants to see their daughter getting into if they truly love their children and want what's best for them. And I think one common thing we're seeing with all this is that this lifestyle that's being portrayed on social media and being glamorized and put on a pedestal by modern women isn't reality. It's not the true experience.
It's a dark energy. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Like, being a stripper, it is a dark energy, and it's a dark place. Being in a strip club is a dark place. It is. It's a lot that goes on there. It's very heavy. You have women there, women and men, but you have people there that's dealing with real life situations, like tough stuff. Like, yeah.
It is not going to be easy to be in a relationship. Okay, some men will just be like, hey, like I would never be with somebody like you, and that's fine, you know, because you don't want to date those kind of people anyways. But then there's the guys
Date
that are like, like they're all for it, but also like, oh shit.
Listening to all these videos, hearing all these stories about.
Listen, I'm gonna go for now, but I'm gonna come back with something at some point. But the conversation is for growth. The conversation is to what we can do now that we've identified the issue. It's about setting boundaries, setting standards, having morals, having reverence for yourself, others, having respect for yourself and others, getting to know you, healing, fixing yourself in real time, not on the internet, not for nobody else, for you, baby. For you, young man. Get better offline. That's the only way you're going to get anything done in life. It's going to be offline. You plug and realize it's more to life than likes and what the fuck people talking about online. Trying to focus on somebody else's life, you need to focus on your goddamn self. You need to focus on what's going on within your parameters to make this shit better. Money don't fix everything. It could add more problems to the situation. And if you losing all your time and attention and your loved ones, especially your children, are being able to notice that you're not paying attention to them, it's going to have an effect. No matter how many bills you pay, how many gifts you give, how many trips they close you by them, that ain't going to matter none. That if they're not properly put together and know they can't get away with anything, they held accountable, they got chores, they got responsibilities. Shit ain't just given to them for just giving it to them. You dig me? So let's get better offline, people. Much love. Thank God for the day. Peace and blessings, man.